Because the truth is, if you want to be an anomaly, you've got to act like one.
A lot of people's main goal in life is trying not to fail. They try to avoid failure at all costs, when in actuality, failing is an incredibly rich, eye-opening experience that people need to understand and believe that it's okay to fail. Because when you fail, that's when you truly learn the truest lessons of life. The most real things that you will take away from life are going to come from great failures.
I love black and white data. I'm obsessed with it.
A huge part of understanding what success is being kind to individuals. A lot of people look at it as, oh, I'm the hardest working, or I know the most about this subject, but kindness, just a little bit, can go an incredible length. No matter what it is or who it's to, people are always looking for kind people because when they run businesses or companies or whatever they're doing, they want people who are going to be viewed as good people. And kindness is one of the most sought after factors when hiring employees.
I was very fortunate. I was a failure my whole life.
They're looking for somebody who can be trusted to represent the brand. You're going to want to find out what you're good at and just focus on how you can become better at that. Don't take time and try to be better at things that you're not good at. Go ahead and become excellent at the things that you know you're good at. Take time to learn how to become a master at that instead of trying to be mediocre at everything.
My friends, there are a million reasons why not, but there's one great reason why. I think that when your brain gets tricked, funny things happen. So I think, when testosterone and other chemicals get lifted, look, there's a bunch of dudes in here that know when their chemicals shift, they become different versions of themselves, right? So I will tell you that, yes, and we're not gonna all live in pods and not interact with each other, but I would tell you right now, and don't forget, I'm talking 20 years from now. I think we're seeing the early stages now, but I'm completely convinced we're gonna spend an enormous amount of time, maybe not in our homes. Like I'm actually, it's funny, I'm trying to think about should I invest in real estate and convert them into resorts I'm trying to figure it out because there's gonna be some amazing businesses built on the back of this new world where you can have bro, Howard, what if we all literally felt we were here right now? What if this all felt real and we were just not here? I know, I get it, but I'm telling you, do you know how fast things happen? Internet dating was weird and taboo. You need to bet on your strengths and don't give up about what you suck at. Way too many people in this room are gonna spend the next 30, 40 years of their lives trying to check the boxes of the things that they're not as good at, and that you're gonna waste a load of time and lose. I highly recommend auditing yourself, or if you have no empathy or EQ or self-awareness, then find somebody in your family or friendship that does and let them tell you who you are. And once you believe that, either for yourself or someone else told you, go directly all chips all into that, because that is the only possible way, in my opinion, watching from the outside, that is a very highly likely way of over-indexing. Because the truth is, if you want to be an anomaly, you've got to act like one. I lost a load of money when I started doing what I loved. What you do is you position yourself to succeed. So for example, if you're doing something else and you want to do this thing you love, you do it after hours. You work 9 to 6, you get home, you kiss the dog, and you go to town, right? You start building your equity and your brand and whatever you're trying to accomplish. When you're a bad student, you're used to failure. I was a bad student. I loved sports. I played a lot of sports, but I wasn't great at sports. So I was dealing with adversity and failure. When you're an immigrant, when you don't come from much, when you're little, I was a little guy, when you're bad at school, there was nothing that was, and then I was a businessman, so when I would knock on doors and ask to wash somebody's car, 90 out of 95 people said no. When I stood there at a lemonade stand, 100 cars would drive by for every one that would stop. So I was used to failure. Failure was my foundation, which is why I succeeded. There's a lot of things. It might just be perseverance. I like their grit. With Pino, it was talent. He just was so talented, it was obvious. Emotional intelligence. I'm very big on hiring people if I think they're kind. I feel like you can teach skills, but kindness I think is super powerful. If they've done it, a lot of times I like hiring people who I can see have done that task multiple times in the past successfully. Right now, every single person here can write an article about their expertise in the business that they're in. Not a propaganda for your SaaS product or service, but an article that would be valuable to the people that you're trying to reach. You can write this article literally in a Facebook post, literally in a Facebook post. And then you can go to the ad product and you can actually target employees of. One of the ways you can target on Facebook is the employees of an organization. One of the great mistakes of my investing career is Travis Kalanick, the CEO of Uber, was a very great friend of mine. I passed on investing in Uber in the angel round twice. I cost myself hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm very upset about it. I invested a little bit later on, not because Uber was doing so well, but because I realized when he came to New York, my brother AJ took the first Uber ride. Oh my God, Uber doesn't sell transportation, Uber sells time. If you heard me loud and clear and understand who you're trying to reach and you write an article about something that brings them value, you will win.